So I don't understand this. Are you saying that you filled out that police report?
That's my report, yes, sir.
So what's the issue today? Like, what's the medical assistance? What's the issue?
He says that he can't be transported because he will get bed sores, and I'll explain.
That's not the entirety of like what we're talking about right here. What I'm asking is, please don't throw me in the back of your car, or else like my medical condition will exacerbate and become a problem.
So then I said we could get him to go with Grady, and he said,
A man who hasn't walked in 25 years was arrested for kicking down a door and running away on foot. He's in a wheelchair. He can't stand, he can't kick, he can't run. Police took him into custody anyway. So how does that happen? And what is the law that's supposed to stop it? I'm Frank Jacobson, criminal defense attorney. I'm going to show you exactly where the law broke, why it matters for you, and the part of this that should bother you more than the arrest itself. Because everyone online is laughing at how absurd this is. The absurd part isn't the worst part. College Park, Georgia. A man named Charles Reed goes to the courthouse. Mr. Reed has been paralyzed for about 25 years. He uses a wheelchair. According to police, there's an accusation tied to an incident at a woman's home that someone assaulted her, kicked in her front door, and left the scene on foot. On paper, to a database, maybe that looks like a routine warrant. In the room, in real life, an officer is standing in front of a man who cannot get up out of a chair. Watch. Here's the one idea this whole case turns on.
information and a description of how you look.
I truly have no idea who that is. Like,
Okay.
said I forced into my way into their house?
Yes, sir.
Like, what does that mean? Like,
I can't recall. She says you forcefully entered her home. So I don't know whether you kicked it down, stormed it through, whatever way. As long as you weren't invited, you were forcefully entering into the home, into the residence. So
I haven't like been away from my house and like I said, like I think when you and I were emailing, I mentioned I have like a toddler. I haven't like been out of my house after I work from home. The only time I'm allowed to like leave my house is with my wife and kid. So I have absolutely no idea what this is about.
how did you get here today?
I mean, I drove. I mean, I'm on like, lunch, but I mean, I'm not allowed to leave. I just, I work all day from home and caring for a kid at the moment that 5 p.m. hits. So I
Okay. So I don't know what all happened between you and Miss Jensen, because this.
To arrest you, an officer needs probable cause. In plain English, probable cause means a reasonable, fact-based belief that a specific person committed a specific crime. Not a hunch, not a guess, not just a matching name in a system. A reasonable belief built on the actual facts in front of you. It comes from the Fourth Amendment, and it is the wall between you and a jail cell. Now apply it to what you're watching. The crime, as described, requires someone to physically kick down a door and run away on foot. The man in front of the officer is in a wheelchair and has been for 2.5 decades.
Oh, I was waiting for the paramedics to come there right next door. So
I'm gonna tell you what you need to do. This is what you need to go to Brady Hospital. Before you can come in, you should go to Brady Hospital. Get that proof.
like pick me up like a baby.
Get the proof. He's been in a wheelchair for the last 10 years. It's on the chest. I say, man, like this, broke into your house. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. But
Please don't tell us.
No, we're not. I can't do anything here. Okay, we helping you. Hold on.
You can move my leg. It's my leg that's. You see that?
Okay, I got you. Okay. All right, push it up. I'm gonna have to get behind it a little bit. Okay, so this is what we need to do first. What is the warrant for? Hold on, sir. Hold on. What's the warrant for?
ag assault.
I broke into somebody's house.
From the trespass ag assault.
How long ago?
June 19th. June 19th, 15th, 9th, one of
How
those
long you
days.
been paralyzed?
25 years.
Okay. Make a phone call to me. Hold on. Let's get him sitting up
I
right.
can't. I don't have any muscles, sir. Okay, please hold on.
I'm gonna help slide you back some more.
Good.
What did I do?
Peggy's grab this arm.
What have I done?
It's just showing that you have a warrant, but we're gonna do our due diligence, because if you're paralyzed.
That is not a small detail. It goes to the very center of whether he could have done this at all. And when the facts in the room contradict the accusation on the paper, probable cause doesn't get stronger, it falls apart. And when an arrest happens with no probable cause, the law has a name for it. It's called false arrest. It means you were taken into custody with no lawful basis. That's not just wrong, it's a constitutional violation. Under a federal law, usually just called Section 1983, you are allowed to sue officials.
They're not gonna take him.
Well, on an aggravated assault charge, they will take him, but
Damn.
it's, don't mean to interrupt your lunch. I'm stepping in, helping out a little bit. They got a quadriplegic guy up there in
I just
handcuffs.
told him about that.
Oh, he already got the rundown.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's phony warrant.
Yeah, but how could he?
And I just want to put it out there. He flopped out the wheelchair. I was like, "Can you raise your hands?" Because I'm trying to, pat him down, make sure he doesn't have anything. I don't know if the camera's gonna catch it, but I got him by the tip of my fingers, and he just.
It's a ruse, man.
So-
It's an obvious attempt to not to go to jail. So
Yeah, but he is fucked up from the waist below.
That is pretty. After actually seeing him, I agree. But then again, like I said, I don't know what happened between 9 months ago from now, and I don't know how much muscle mass you lose from not using your legs. So I don't know if
that's for the court to decide.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Wife said he's been paralyzed for 19 years. So
So,
okay.
I mean, just get ready to declare him.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all you need.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
So I don't know. Y'all better get the lawyers on standby, because I know damn well he's gonna make a whole issue out of this.
yeah. So we've got cameras out there now too.
And like I said, hopefully.
Who violate your constitutional rights, including your Fourth Amendment right not to be arrested without probable cause. Hold on to that. And this is where it stops being funny. During this encounter, Mr. Red ends up needing medical help. An ambulance is called to the scene. A man who could not have committed this crime is put through an arrest that ends with him in medical distress. Later, the Fulton County District Attorney's Office reviewed the case and determined he could not have been at that location at that time. The charges were dropped. The system did reach the right answer.
Let me try this. And
Because really, that's going to be the only way not to charge him is from the DA's office.
so now, if they say, yeah, go ahead and rescind the warrant, how would that go?
You would just need to contact. You would need to use the EWI, contact the judge, and tell them.
Oh, and call them and be
Yeah.
like, okay, I got that much.
But that needs to come from the charging authority, which is going to be the DA's office.
So I have the Fulton County case intake number. I don't know if that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just tell me that you need to speak to an attorney about a case, and they'll call you back.
They're not answering, so I'll see. If they don't answer, I guess I'm gonna have to take them and either that or let the warrant stand. I don't know what.
But I mean, the warrant's never going to go away though. Like you know what I mean? So.
Yeah. So this is a turned into a delicate situation that I
You must leave your phone number in
didn't
order.
know it would be.
I think you're still covered under probable cause because.
But only after an arrest, a collapse, and a news investigation, when the answer was sitting in a wheelchair the entire time. And it gets worse because the officer's own record became part of this story. According to records reported by the news team that investigated this, he had faced several disciplinary actions in just a couple of years on the job.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take you today, sir.
Can I talk to whoever that guy was?
It's really nothing he can do, and he's the one that's telling me because you still have an active warrant, and that warrant isn't going anywhere. I've even went so far as to reach out to the district attorney, and see if there's something that I could do, but they're not answering. So unfortunately, I had to take you in.
Told me that I could provide documentation,
That's not a right here, right now matter. That's going to be a later on matter.
Can I talk to the
And
judge?
even so,
Can the judge,
and even
can
so,
can somebody like the judge
I'm
see
trying to tell
me?
you, and even so, you're in a wheelchair that doesn't conclusively prove that you can't force entry into a home. So,
Yeah,
whenever these
how
gentlemen
does
are
it
done,
not? Like-
whenever these gentlemen are done, we're
He's
gonna.
refusing to call patient care. She doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to go to the hospital. He doesn't want us to check his blood pressure, blood sugar, or anything like that. He said he did not call us. Did you guys call us?
Okay, no
He's
problem.
basically
Can I have his
refusing
license
also.
back? That's fine.
Yeah, I have that.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to go downstairs, and you're gonna be transported to Grady, and then they'll clear you medically.
No, don't go. I don't want to go Grady. I do not want to go Grady.
That is the
I'll
one.
go with you then. I'll do whatever you suggested rather than go to Grady.
We're still gonna have to go to Grady regardless.
You want to go to the hospital by ambulance?
Why would we need to go to Grady? Would it I'm sorry, what?
Because you fell on the floor. So you have to be medically cleared before we take you.
What does that mean? Does that mean I'm leaving in an ambulance right now? Or what?
No, I'm gonna transport you.
I cannot sit in a vehicle. I cannot sit in a normal vehicle like that. I just.
All right, Carl, can you have Grady come, please?
I can't do that.
All right, Grady's gonna transport you.
No, I can't do that either. I'll get a bed sore. Don't you understand that?
How would you like to be transported to the hospital?
I want to talk to a judge or something. Could I speak to a magistrate or
So,
something? I
you're
want to get this
saying-
resolved because somebody that can
I'm,
think critically.
I'm not
can look at it.
understanding because you're saying that
including sleeping on duty and an accidental discharge of a taser. And before College Park hired him, a larger department had reportedly turned down his application over concerns he'd been untruthful about his background. I'm not saying that to pile onto one man.
and that he has obviously a medical condition and that he can't be transported.
I'm really saying that I'd like to speak to a judge or somebody who can adjudicate some aspect of this other than simply taking me to the hospital. This is.
Answer your phone, though.
Like this
Answer
is.
your phone. You better answer the phone.
So really, I would just love some information.
Speak to a judge right now. You know when you go to court.
I don't know anything about this, honestly. This is a complete total surprise to me. I literally have been in communication with this gentleman for a month trying to figure out why in the world I have a warrant. I feel like I was tricked into coming here today.
Trick doesn't come.
Yeah, because he told me I could just come and sign some piece of paper because he didn't have any knowledge about what the warrant was. I have the email that I could show you.
Okay, did you recently get put in a wheelchair or what?
25 years ago.
25 years
When I
ago.
was shot when I was 18.
Okay, all right. Have we looked up this case number?
You said I kicked in a door?
I didn't say kicked in, I said forced entry was made.
Oh, so this is your report.
It points at the real lesson here because you might be thinking he was so obviously wrong, he just gets sued and loses, right? Slow down. There's a doctrine called qualified immunity. In plain English, qualified immunity is a legal shield that protects government officials, including police, from being sued personally unless they violated a right so clearly established that any reasonable officer would have known it was illegal.
Orland Avenue.
You just
Pulled
said
out,
you-
died.
you said-
Woke up in Grady with my chest plate open. It sucked.
You just said you were murdered.
I was murdered.
You take medication or anything?
I take I think mental medication, but
Okay.
body-wise.
What medical conditions do you have?
I don't have any physical medical conditions I'm dealing with right now.
No. Okay. Okay, well, I don't see no issue why you can't take me downstairs.
I was telling him. So
I don't understand. I don't understand what does it mean
So-
taking downstairs.
to take you to Grady to get cleared, and then we'll start the process by taking you to Fulton
Can I
County.
decline going to Grady? That's just not beneficial for my health.
That's not negotiable. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna extend the process. Because if I take you to Fulton County, they're gonna ask you all these medical questions. You'll answer them, and if for any reason they deem you gotta go to Grady, now I gotta take you from Fulton County to Grady, get you medically cleared from Grady, and take you back to Fulton County. I'm skipping out that one process by taking you straight to Grady, getting you medically cleared, and taking you back to Fulton County. If you understand what I just said.
Yeah.
So I'm actually skipping the little middleman.
So how do we get there? Like, what's the
So can this cushion, this medical cushion, be removed from the chair?
Yes, my belt.
I can put that into the police car that you'll be transported to, so you can sit on that if that's what's gonna.
Can I transfer into the car? I mean,
We'll assist you into getting into the car, and when we get into Grady, we'll assist you in getting out of the car.
Okay.
So.
But I can't wheel and move at the same time. Like, I can't do that.
What do you mean wheel and move?
Like, I can't push with the handcuffs on. I can't move out of my chair with the handcuffs.
I will. You can push yourself, or I can wheel you, whatever one you feel most comfortable with. All right, you can wait in front of the elevator right there.
Arresting a man with no probable cause when his own body makes the crime impossible is about as clearly established as the law ever gets. So, in a case this extreme, that shield may not save the officer. But in the thousands of cases that aren't this obvious, that same shield is the wall that stops victims before a jury ever hears them. So here's the payoff. The absurd headline, "Paralyzed man arrested for fleeing on foot," is not the scary part.
Forego the whole process. I explained to him, you got to go through the whole thing of getting cleared, go to Fulton County and get booked. You got your first appearance.
But why does he got to get cleared to go to jail?
Because first he just fell down just now a couple minutes ago, and then just with this him being in the wheelchair. So because I don't want him to go to Fulton and they'll say, all right, take him to Grady, when I could have just took him to Grady in the first place. But I have nothing but time to waste. If he wants to go straight to jail, I can do that.
Oh, now how did you get stuck with transport? Is he
No, he's not transport. No, he came in to settle the matter with the whole warrant.
Okay.
All right. So now that's why.
So you came to turn yourself in?
He came to talk to me about the warrant. So I asked him some questions.
Well, he said he had no recollection of me or anything, and that I could come in to clear it up, that I could sign a sheet of paper to clear it up. And so I just simply came in because, of course, it's mistaken identity, and so now I've been thrown on the ground.
Need us fellas back.
Thrown on the ground.
You were thrown on the ground? That's where you were.
Well, I was standing here, and I was like, I'm going to fall on the ground, and you let me fall on the ground. So you're right, you did not throw me on the ground. I'm sorry.
So are you going to go to the hospital, go get seen?
I do not want to go to the hospital. It's incredibly uncomfortable for me to be in any vehicle other than my vehicle. That's why it's a special vehicle with hand controls and all that stuff. In any chair, except for my chair, because I have severe scoliosis.
The scary part is how hard accountability is even when a case is this clear. The officer resigned in lieu of termination, according to the chief. The charges were dropped. But Mr. Reed has said no one ever actually apologized. If it's this hard when it's this obvious, ask yourself what happens in all the cases that aren't filmed, aren't absurd, and never make the news. So let me make this genuinely useful for you. If you are ever accused of something you did not do, here is what the law lets you do. 1, do not physically resist. I know that's unfair when you're innocent, but fighting even an unlawful arrest can turn a civil rights claim you would win into a criminal charge. You have to fight. Comply with your body, object with your words. 2, say it clearly. Am I being detained or am I free to go? If they say you're detained, then I'm going to remain silent and I want a lawyer. 3, do not consent to searches. Say it out loud. I do not consent to any searches. Making them get a warrant is not rude. It is your protection. 4, do not argue your innocence on the street. You will not talk your way out, and anything you say can be used against you. Save it for your lawyer. 5, preserve the evidence. The body cam, the timestamps, the witnesses, your medical records. That camera doesn't get scared, and it doesn't change its story on the stand. It is how a false arrest becomes a lawsuit, because that camera is the only reason we even know Charles Reed's name. It recorded the one fact the moment ignored. The law handed that officer a standard, probable cause, and a duty to actually look at the man in front of him. The camera just kept the receipt. I'm Frank Jacobson. Know your rights.